Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, the distinguished guests and friends of the Geneva Engage Awards. It's truly an honor to welcome you to the 10th edition of the Geneva Engage Awards. My name is Katarina Bojovic, and I have the pleasure of being your master of ceremony this evening. Tonight is not just the regular Geneva Engage Awards. It is actually a milestone as we're celebrating our 10th anniversary. And over the past decade, Geneva Engage Awards have celebrated and recognized outstanding digital engagement, strengthening the connection of Geneva and the world. And this is why we're celebrating this year's award under the theme Engage to Connect. Some of you have been with us since the very beginning, and we deeply appreciate your continued support and commitment to fostering meaningful connections. Thank you very much for being part of this journey. With that, let us officially begin this evening. It's my pleasure to invite Ambassador Bernardino Regazzoni, President of the Board of DiploFoundation, to the stage to address you on behalf of DiploFoundation.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests and colleagues, it is a great honor to address you today on behalf of DiploFoundation as we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Geneva Engage Award. Let me first introduce myself, as I am a new face among you. I am the recently appointed new president of DiploFoundation. Actually, it happened in July last year. I have been for quite a long time a Swiss diplomat, and very happy to see a few friendly faces or known faces among you, former colleagues. And it is I can say not my first public appearance since retirement, by my first official public appearance, so I am particularly thrilled today to be among you. Diplo is an outstanding institution supported from the outset by the Swiss and Maltese governments. I first heard about Diplo more than 30 years ago. They were already dealing with digitalization and diplomacy. And here we are today. The Geneva Engage Award has been launched 10 years ago by the Geneva Internet Platform, a joint initiative by the Swiss government and the Canton of Geneva. Short after its establishment, in fact, we will celebrate the 10th anniversary of the platform in a couple of months. So note down this date early in April. The aim of the platform operated by DiploFoundation is to support diplomats and other stakeholders in effectively engaging with digital and artificial intelligence processes in international Geneva. Since its establishment, the Geneva Internet Platform has been at the forefront of bridging the gap between technology and diplomacy, fostering meaningful dialogue and driving innovation for a sustainable digital future. The platform's function are to provide a neutral and inclusive space for policy discussions, to undertake digital policy monitoring and analysis, and to provide capacity development. But let's now come to today's event and the Geneva Engage Award. Geneva Engage assesses how international Geneva actors communicate and create linkages with communities worldwide that are affected by the policy discussions in Geneva about development, human rights, health, environment, digitalization, and other topics. Digital outreach is therefore the central topic of Geneva Engage. As a matter of fact, policy decisions shaped here in Geneva ripple out to impact citizens, communities, and countries across the globe. Over the past 10 years, we have witnessed how digital tools from basic websites and email to social platforms have democratized access to Geneva's policy discussions. These tools have transformed once exclusive debates into global conversations. Still, as we look back, one enduring challenge stands out: bridging the gap between Geneva's policy language and people's real-world needs. True inclusivity demands that we speak with communities, not about communities. What are the obstacles that currently bar people from engaging in meaningful activities online? How do we ensure that all citizens can freely access the digital world? What are some great practices that enhance web accessibility for all? The Geneva Engage Awards acknowledge every year the efforts made to answer these questions. There are two more points I would like to stress. Informed decisions require robust foundations. At Diplo, we have developed sophisticated methodologies, a Geneva mathematics, a Geneva Engage mathematics, if you will, to ensure that our assessments and awards are rooted in rigorous data. Over the years, we have fine-tuned algorithms to reconcile the nuanced realities of policy making with the precision of analytics. Geneva Engage is an innovation in itself. This marriage of policy insight and technical rigor ensures that our work remains credible, relevant, and actionable. Finally, and most important, if you allow me, impartiality. Indeed, multilateralism is experiencing hard times. In an era of increasing polarization, Geneva's multilateral tradition is more important than ever. Geneva Engage has built on Diplo's impartiality approach, which allows even conflicting viewpoints to coexist constructively. I hope that our event today will contribute to the Geneva's spirit, where countries and communities can meet, engage, and negotiate pressing issues of our time. Outreach, informed action, and impartiality are therefore Geneva Engage guiding stars. As president of DiploFoundation, I invite you all, policymakers, innovators, advocates, and global citizens to uphold and expand this vital tradition. It is now time to move and discover the award winners in the three categories: international organizations, non-governmental organizations, and permanent missions. Congratulations to this year's winners, and thank you for unwavering commitment to making global governance more open, equitable, and impactful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ambassador Regazzoni. Speaking of impact and speaking of engagement, I would just like to stress that this event is being live streamed on YouTube, on and LinkedIn and other social media platforms, so that our online audience who are not based in Geneva can meaningfully participate in the event. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Beatrice Ferrari, Director of the International Affairs at the Canton of Geneva, to give short remarks. The Canton has played a crucial role in the Geneva Engage initiative from its onset, and we're very grateful for your support. Thank you. And
thank you very much, Caterina. Thank you, Ambassador Regazzoni, for sharing also the mathematics and the kitchen behind the Geneva Engage event. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to stand before you today as a representative of Canton Geneva to celebrate a milestone, the 10th anniversary of the Geneva Engage Awards. I must say that I'm pretty happy to be in a nice event, a positive event. We are not in a time where there are many good news these days, so it's also good to be reunited here and celebrate something that has been positive and also good for our common mission. For a decade, the initiative, the Geneva Engage, has recognized the excellence in digital diplomacy and social media communication, bridging, as Ambassador Regazzoni mentioned, the work done here in Geneva with the lives of people worldwide, which is the final goal of communication, right? So I would like to share the congratulations to all the nominees and winners of this edition today, but also of the past editions who have demonstrated outstanding engagement in connecting global policy discussion with the communities they impact. It's true that in today's world, the digital platforms allow messages to travel very fast all over the globe. So the importance of effective but also responsible, let's not forget about it, communication cannot be overstated. The way we communicate shapes narratives, influences decision making, and ultimately affect also the lives of the people we serve. So it is our responsibility to ensure that the work done in Geneva does not remain confidential or confined within the institutional walls, but reaches and resonates with those it is meant to serve. It is our responsibility also to bring multiple voices of those affected by the crisis, by the changes, to be heard here within the multilateral institutions. Yeah, we might see Geneva as a bubble, but the reality is quite different because the decisions that are made here have really tangible effects on people everywhere. And let's face it, there are not that many places left around the globe where we can actually gather around the table and discuss and try to find solutions. So let's try to preserve also this safe space. So the role of communication in bridging this gap is not just valuable, it is actually really essential. Your work also in making those discussions accessible and relevant is what truly brings Geneva's mission to life. So we are all well aware that we operate in an increasingly noisy digital environment as well, where there's a lot of competition for attention. I mean, all day we are caught into many messages, information and everything. So there is a fight for attention those days, where fundamental values are contested. Misinformation also spreads rapidly. So we know, but it's good to remind that disinformation erodes trust, generates division, and undermines also the multilateral and the international cooperation efforts. So the challenge is not just to communicate, but to communicate effectively, truthfully, and responsibly. So how do we rise about this noise? Perhaps by reaffirming also our commitment to transparency, to accuracy, and engagement, by fostering dialogue rather than division, by leveraging digital tools, not just to broadcast messages, but to listen, to understand, and to connect. So the Geneva Engage Awards, it's also about that. It's not just about recognizing the excellence of your work. It's about setting a standard that sees communication as a force for good, a bridge between policy and people, a tool for fostering understanding in an increasingly complex world. So on this 10th anniversary, I would encourage us to rededicate ourselves to this mission. Let us continue to use digital diplomacy to build bridges, to fight misinformation, to ensure that the work done in Geneva serves also the work the people of those who need it most. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much to both Ambassador Regazzoni and Miss Ferrari. I'd like to move on to the official part of this evening, which is the awards presentation. This year, in the honor of the 10th anniversary of the Geneva Engage Awards, we have introduced 2 special awards to recognize exceptional contributions to digital engagement over the past decade. Engagement Champion Award for winning or taking home the most Geneva Engage Awards goes to UNHCR. Congratulations to you. And the Engagement Excellence Award is presented to the EU delegation to the UN office in Geneva for its consistent and impactful digital presence. The EU delegation was a 2-time winner and has been in the top 3 4 times. So it's basically with us since the very beginning and stays with us. Thank you very much. So I would like to invite Ambassador Regazzoni and Ms. Ferrari to join the stage, as well as our winners to accept the award.
Permanent delegation of the European Union.
Moving to our official categories, we have the runners-up for this year. These are European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, congratulations, and United Nations Office at Geneva. Congratulations to both of you. Please join the stage to accept your award. United Nations Office in Geneva.
And the CERN. Congratulations.
And the winner is ICRC. Congratulations. Please join the stage and accept your award. May I invite an ICRC representative to join me on stage and share a few words?
First of all, thank you very much to the DiploFoundation. Thank you also to La Ville de Genève for bringing us all here together to work for safer, for more meaningful digital and social media space. Indeed, we live a moment quite difficult for those who want to promote values in the digital world. We in the ICRC are anchored in the International Geneva, and for us, there are 2 elements extremely important when it comes to digital space. The first one is to connect with populations affected by conflict and violence all around the world. We are present in 100 countries. And the second one is to promote the rules of war, in what we call international humanitarian law, which is really also an important moment to promote, given so many conflicts existing all around the world, 120 conflicts. So we appreciate the space that the Diplo Foundation presents for all of us who want to use the digital space and social media to do good. So this is for us a very much welcome award. On behalf of the International Committee of the Red Cross, we are very honored and we want to thank you very much for the award. Personally, many thanks to the digital teams of the ICRC, and I'm going to hand over to Brittany, who is the head of digital communication. Thank you.
Thanks very much. I think it's, for all of us who are working on digital channels, which is everyone in this room, it's a bit of a strange environment and year. So it's with full humility around also, I think, what engagement means in today's solution and setup. ICRC has had a very, very interesting, for lack of a better word, 2024. It's been a year where the rules of war, international humanitarian law has been very much in the front line for many organizations discussing it and trying to build a difference in terms of compliance towards international humanitarian law. And obviously that's together with IFRC and the movement and the national societies who we work with together to try to build that consensus. There were really big milestone moments for us around international humanitarian law in Geneva last year, with an international conference in October, with also the 75th anniversary of the Geneva Conventions, which really built a bit of the digital diplomatic footprint around enabling, as was mentioned in the introductory remarks, some of these conversations, some of these leadership voices, some of the calls to states and leaders around the world around what we want to see changing, which is one of the really positive drives. And we saw when we look at engagements, on the positive engagement side, we saw multiple stories of really testimonies of people going through the horrors of war in Ukraine, Sudan, but also especially in Israel and occupied territories. That's really been a branching point of people connecting to and engaging with it. But as I say, with a touch of humility, there's also this caveat that so much of our engagement in the past year and also in previous years is also behind highly negative and sometimes, I would say, kind of toxic engagement, and it's hard to now know what is the reference for that meaningful dialogue and community. And so we're all, I think, shaping and finding our ways within those platforms. There'll be a lot of work ahead to see how we shape that evolution. And it's, of course, in addition to the offline influencing that has to happen together with the digital online influencing. Still, it's really humbled to be able to take this forward, and really exciting to work with all of our peers and the organizations overall on where we define some of that futures. So thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Moving to the NGO and associations category, our runners-up this year's are MSF, Doctors Without Borders, and the International AIDS Society. Well done to both. Please join us on stage to accept your award. Thank you very much to both. And the winner in the NGOs category is World Alliance for Citizen Participation, Civicus. Congratulations. Please join us on stage. Thank you. May I invite a Civicus representatives to share a few words?
thank you so much. On behalf of Civicus, it's with heartfelt gratitude that we would like to thank the Geneva Internet platform and particularly also the DiploFoundation for recognizing various Geneva's actors' efforts in different areas, and especially for acknowledging our work in digital outreach related to policy outcomes, specifically on civic space and related human rights issues. And congratulations also to the conveners for the 10th anniversary of this initiative, which also gives us an even more special reason to gather and to celebrate together, and not just to the winners. And as a global alliance of civil society organizations and activists, Civicus is very supportive of the initiative, and also more in general of any effort aimed at acknowledging the work undertaken by non-governmental organizations and associations as well, which is even more needed than ever now, both in Geneva and beyond. And the Civicus UN Geneva Hub, which I'm representing as a UN leader of Civicus in Geneva, is also highly honored to receive this award on behalf of Civicus. And please also accept the apologies from our co-secretaries general, Claire Nylander and Mr. Mandip Tiwana, for also not being able to make it today due to their very busy schedule at this particular time of the year. But I would like to extend their greetings and also their appreciation for this initiative and for this edition in particular, and for receiving the award. And please also let me very shortly pay tribute and acknowledge the tireless work of our Civicus colleagues and teams, and particularly our communications team and all our staff members. So most of them are currently based in South Africa, where our headquarters are based, and we currently have over 70 staff members from different teams for their relentless endeavors and engagement towards championing in the areas of public outreach, web accessibility, and communication with communities and excluded groups worldwide, and engaging effectively and timely with communities across the globe, or particularly on topics that affect them directly, such as civic space issues and human rights, is both a challenge but also a necessity in today's interconnected world. And Civicus is highly committed in this regard to fostering an open, inclusive, and impactful communication with our both international, regional, as well as local partners. And this commitment indeed shapes all our initiatives, including also our digital initiatives, ensuring that every voice is amplified and every perspective is valued from the grassroots level. And by doing so, we can also continuously expand and convene open spaces for dialogue to foster deeper examinations of different policy issues and policy outcomes, particularly at the regional and the local levels. Effective accessible communication is essential not only for sharing knowledge but also for fostering solidarity across borders. First of all, strengthening networks and solidarity actions, providing resources that empower civil society worldwide, and also making sure that both individuals and communities have prompt access to information related to policy outcomes that are affecting them directly or have the potential to affect them either directly or indirectly, and also with a view to empowering them to be able to anticipate and also shape responses from the very grassroots level up to the local and regional and international levels as well. So we strive to sustain an international organizational culture that also recognizes, respects, and values the diversity of our members, partners, and staff. And our communications and digital work are also very much driven by these values, making sure that inclusivity and accessibility are streamlined in all our content, and by championing diverse voices and fostering open discourse on policy and policy outcomes. We also aim particularly to enhance engagement and drive meaningful dialogue and support collective action towards a more inclusive and sustainable world in these difficult times, particularly. And please also let me share very briefly that Civicus digital outreach is powered by 4 main innovative strategies designed to ensure our communication efforts reach a wide audience and remain inclusive and have a meaningful impact, especially for communities that are directly affected by these policy outcomes and discussions. So first of all, our social media outreach, and we harness the power of social media to engage diverse audiences using targeted and tailored campaigns that amplify the voices of various communities. And we share our different statements done in Geneva, particularly within human rights bodies, and content also in multiple formats, including video, to make them more accessible and engaging. Second, our collaborative advocacy in Geneva. Our statements and other either written or oral reports at UN human rights bodies in Geneva are often delivered by our members and partners, which also strengthens message and enhances the credibility of our advocacy. Third, web relevance and accessibility. We currently are having a full restructuring of our website, including significant improvements to enhance accessibility and user experience. And this has been piloted, it's been just piloted now. And we also believe that the new design that we have for our website has been optimized for a wide range of activities and devices. Also helping us more global communities stay informed and engaged, including through various audio and written versions of our work and content. And last but not least, we also embrace hybrid and multilingual formats for our online meetings, ensuring diverse global audience can participate regardless of location, as many of us are currently doing. And also with many other tools and frameworks that we have recently put in place, we have also ensured that or extended the reach of key insights and making our communications more inclusive and accessible to wider audiences. So we look forward to continued collaboration in these areas, particularly media outreach, web accessibility, and innovative online solutions, and also aim at becoming also gold champions in other areas that relate even more closely to our core mandate, which is civil society space and fundamental freedoms, also arising from civil society space and more effective, inclusive, and I would say also meaningful civil society participation, particularly within UN processes. So thank you very much again for recognizing our work.
Thank you very much. And our final category is the permanent representation category. And in the permanent representation category, our runners-up are permanent delegation of the EU and the permanent mission of Kazakhstan to the UN Geneva. Congratulations to both. Please join us on stage. And the winner is Permanent Mission of France to the UN office in Geneva. Congratulations. Join us on stage. I would like to ask a French representative if they would like to come on stage and share a few words with us. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. And happy anniversary to the Geneva Engage Awards. I'd like to thank the Geneva Engage Awards, Geneva Internet Platform, supported by La République et l'État et le Canton de Genève, as well as the DiploFoundation for awarding us this first place. I'd like also to see this opportunity to congratulate all the winners tonight. We're very pleased to be part of the team. Receiving this award today is both for us an honor, a valuable recognition, and a motivation going forward. We accept this prize with pride, but also with humility, for it rewards a collective commitment and a shared ambition to bring diplomacy to life in the digital age. In a world where information circulates faster than ever, where attention is scattered, where clarity becomes a challenge, and where perceptions sometimes shape reality, communication is not an option, it is for us a responsibility. We've chosen a demanding approach to communication. Rigorous in substance, inventive in form, and always faithful to the principles that guide France's diplomatic action. At a time, you were saying that, Ambassador, before, where multilateralism is more needed than ever, and Geneva a key hub for the values the French diplomacy stands for human rights, justice, freedom at the core, and for the cooperation we promote to solve global challenges, from the environmental challenge to the digital one, we need to be at the forefront. Effective digital communication informs without excessive simplification, explains without distortion, and engages without misrepresenting the fact. In a time where artificial intelligence makes it easier than ever to amplify dis and misinformation, it is a shared responsibility to continue the fight against false information and to provide reliable, high-quality content. AI must serve the common good, and that's precisely the purpose of the AI Action Summit, which President Macron will host next week with Prime Minister Modi in Paris. This award recognizes teamwork and unwavering dedication, and I want to congratulate the communication team of the French mission, Robin and Emma. This is your award. I would like you to thank you very much. It's obviously an encouragement to go further, to keep innovating, to make digital communication not just a tool, but a true lever in service of multilateralism. Indeed, this award is not an endpoint. It is an invitation to continue innovating, refining our strategies, and strengthening the dialogue between diplomacy and digital communication. Communication is about connecting people. And perhaps the greatest challenge today and for the years to come is precisely that, to maintain and above all to strengthen and develop the link between our work here in Geneva and those who support it and those who benefit from it. It is a guarantee of better understanding, stronger engagement, and naturally improved cooperation. Geneva is the place, you were saying it, and I'm fully convinced of that, of multilateralism in action. Our digital communication support this effort daily, bringing to life a multilateralism that delivers. Thank you to all the organizers for this recognition and for their efforts in promoting high digital quality communication for the last 10 years and for the 10 years to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you. In addition to these awards, we would also like to acknowledge 3 organizations for their exceptional social media engagement. They're those outliers that Anya spoke about in the workshops, demonstrating time and again excellence. These are UNHCR for its powerful use of digital platforms to raise awareness and mobilize support, World Economic Forum for its innovative and far-reaching social media initiatives, and DiploFoundation's DigWatch website for its comprehensive and dynamic digital engagement. We can't give awards to ourselves, this is why we're part of the honorable mentions. Thank you. Last but not least, In 2020, ahead of the COVID-induced remote working, we foresaw the value of online conferencing, and this is why we introduced this online participation award, which is now called the Effective and Meaningful Online Meetings. This year, the award goes to WIPO for recognizing its AI-powered service and tools such as the transcriber that we discussed during our workshops. So congratulations to WIPO. And our final award, the Web Accessibility Award, goes to Geneva Environment Network for their outstanding accessibility features. I would like to invite WIPO's representatives and the representatives of the Geneva Environment Network to join us on stage and accept the awards. Oh, yes, it seems that GEN representative is not here with us, so we will send it to them. But thank you very much. Thank you very much. As we conclude this evening of recognizing outstanding digital engagement, I'd like to take a moment to highlight a powerful example of bottom-up digital engagement, one of the largest students' movements in history currently unfolding in Serbia. The students have repeatedly shown what it means to engage, connect, and make impact. With their unity, commitment to freedom and justice, leaderless structure, and democratic decision-making in plenums, they are making history. Most importantly, they walk the talk, living the very values they stand for, inspiring hundreds of thousands and beyond. Their impact has been so profound that they've even been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. This is what true engagement should be: deeply human, direct, and value-driven. And in that, they've set an example for all of us. This concludes our award presentation this evening. A huge congratulations to all our winners and runners-up. Enjoy the rest of the evening and see you next year for another edition of the Geneva Engage Awards. Yes, please enjoy the reception and Ideas Bazaar.